Buckle up. This is a good one. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Let's jump into the word together. I've seen this operate so powerfully in married couples that it locks their marriages in a permanent state of paralysis that precludes any hope of real lasting change. Husband comes to counseling with a long list of his wife's sins, weaknesses, and failures, but with little awareness or concern for his own. And his wife comes armed with a detailed list of her husband's wrongs, but with little reference to her own. When I ask the husband what's wrong with the marriage, he doesn't talk about himself, he talks about his wife. Ask the wife what's wrong, she doesn't talk about herself, she talks about her husband. How is it possible to have two utterly righteous people in a marriage that is broken and dysfunctional? Be honest right here. Whose sin bugs you more? Your own or that of someone near you? Ooh. Who are you desperate to see change? You or someone else in your life? So much spiritual and relational damage between the already and the not yet is directly addressed by Christ in Matthew 7:1-5. Judge not, that you not be judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that's in your brother's eye, but don't notice the log that's in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when there's a log in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Self-righteousness means you don't see yourself or the person with accuracy. It means you see his or her speck as a log and your log as a speck. So you're condemning him or her and excusing yourself. Treat the other person with judgment while you respond to yourself with patience. This troubling dynamic is another powerful argument for our desperate need for rescuing grace. You see, it takes grace for you to realize how much you still need grace. That's so good. The scripture that goes along with this today is Matthew 18:21-33. The kingdom of heaven can be compared to a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. When he began to settle accounts, one who owed 10,000 talents was brought before him. Since he did not have the money to pay it back, his master commanded that he, his wife, his children, and everything he had be sold to pay the debt. At this, the servant fell face down before him and said, "Be patient with me, and I will pay you everything." Then the master of that servant had compassion, released him, and forgave him the loan. Servant went out and found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii. He grabbed him, started choking him, and said, "Pay what you owe." At this, his fellow servant fell down and began begging him, "Be patient with me and I will pay you back." He wasn't willing. Instead, he went and threw him into prison until he could pay what he was owed. When the other servants saw what had taken place, they were deeply distressed and went and reported to their master everything that had happened. And after he had summoned him, his master said to him, "You wicked servant, I forgave you all that debt because you begged me. Shouldn't you also have had mercy on your fellow servant as I had mercy on you?" I hope this provides you with some food for thought today. I know it certainly did me. The first time I read that, I was just like, oof. As always, please leave any prayer requests below. I would love to pray for you this week, and I hope you guys have a great Monday.